Hey friends, it's January 18, 2025, and this is the YouTube channel for the beautiful future. And this type of video is what I'm going to be calling field notes. And so what I've been doing for a while now is really, kind of capturing ideas and observations and insights on this little journal. As I'm reflecting upon it, I thought maybe I'll share with you some of the things that I've learned. Now, as many of you know, or maybe you don't know, is that I've actually started off 2025 with a challenge, a 365-day challenge, where I'm posting a 1 minute story on Instagram or a YouTube short every single day for the year of 2025. And so far, so good. 18 days in, 18 days out. And so I'm very excited to keep it consistent. In the past, I've actually done a 365-day challenge where I would post a picture a day of my family of a moment worth remembering. And so it was a beautiful project. I was able to complete it. And at the end of it, the slideshow of seeing a moment worth remembering every single day of the year was very, very beautiful and life-giving to see kind of like my intention of being present with the here and now and with the ones that I love. And so that's why I like doing these 365-day challenges. And the part of the reason why I'm doing it this year in this form of creating these 1 minute stories is because I want to get better at communicating. I want to be better at sharing some of the ideas and some of the insights that I've gained and all the things that I've experienced and learned and been a part of. On top of being the COO of a nonprofit, I also have, I'm the founder of The Beautiful Future, which is a consulting company, right? So provide advisory services to organizations that are navigating change, helping with kind of leadership development, strategic design, and also kind of operationalizing, optimizing the operations. And so there are things that I do there as a part-time kind of thing. Where I could jump in for an organization, help out for a day or two to kind of bring some clarity and some courage to kind of take the next step. And so that's a little bit what I do with The Beautiful Future, but also my hope is to come alongside fellow artists, mavericks, entrepreneurs, to kind of share with them a little bit of how I operate and how I lead. And so I get to do this behind the scenes a lot with a lot of folks through the little community that I've had. But I thought that I go public and share openly with those who actually find this channel. Now, what I want to do is just not to make this video too long, but every week I'm going to try, no promises, but I'm going to try to create a longer form video to kind of give you some updates on how I'm doing with the challenge, but also just share with you some of the things that I'm observing and learning from actually doing the challenge. And so what am I learning, right? So this is what we're going to call field notes. So these are field note videos. And so what am I learning is that when I actually talk about burnout, for some reason, the algorithm likes it a lot. And so I guess a lot of people are facing burnout or feeling like languishing, as Adam Grant would say. And so I'm thinking that in this next couple of weeks, maybe I'll just kind of focus on my experience with burnout, where a few years ago, I ended up landing in the hospital for about a week. They were doing all kinds of tests trying to figure out what's wrong with me. But ultimately, it came out to be probably a burnout. That's my self-diagnosis. The doctors would never diagnose me as burnout, but that's my diagnosis because they couldn't find anything wrong with me. They thought that I was having a heart attack in the doctor's office, so they called 911, put me in the ambulance, took me to the cardiac kind of hospital, ran all the tests. I had the symptoms and I had kind of the enzymes that indicate a heart attack, but they couldn't figure out, but they couldn't say that I had one. And so that kept me in the hospital for a week, and then took me about 3 months to recover from that burnout. So thought I'd share a little bit more about that in the next coming weeks, just because it seems like the algorithm likes it. The people who are watching it seems to be engaging with it, and so that's something that I've learned. Maybe it's just the algorithm trying to show me something, or maybe it's just confirmation bias. I don't know, but I'm thinking I'm gonna lean in that way. The other thing that I've learned is that people really like it when I actually talk about the books that I like to read. So this is a book called Turning Pro, and it's kind of the reason why I'm making this content is because I didn't want to just do this as a hobby or just a side thing, but I actually want to put some real effort behind this initiative, this challenge that I'm doing. And so I really wanted to turn pro with it because I want to get good, or is that good or better? I don't know. I want to get better at communicating. And there are four kind of areas I want to get better at. One is simplicity, making sure that when I'm speaking, it could it's like anybody could understand. Like my son and my daughter could understand what I'm saying. So I want to keep it simple. I also want to keep it brief, right? So simple. I mean brevity. So simplicity and brevity, and also I want to make things clear. So I hope as I'm ranting and I'm verbally processing out loud with you in this video, you guys are able to follow along and kind of find some clarity in what I'm saying. And then also the last piece is humanity. Just making sure that it's not just ideas and just kind of facts and stats that I'm sharing, but also I'm sharing a piece of my life to kind of show you how I'm trying to integrate and apply the things that I'm learning and openly share that with you. Not as an expert, but as a practitioner. And the last one is, hey, I do kind of pay attention a little bit to the analytics, just because I'm curious about what's resonating with people. But really, it's not about the views or the likes or the subscribes. It really is about me putting in my reps, right? Because in the past, when I used to make these videos more regularly, I actually, I was putting in my reps. So then as I was speaking on stage, there was a noticeable difference. I was able to speak clearly, speak with kind of authority and confidence. And so I felt like I've been out of the game for a little bit. So I want to get back into communicating on a regular basis so I could get better. So right now, in my conscious, I'm self-judging myself that I know that I've been rambling. Maybe it's not clear. But the funny thing is I'm putting in my rep right now to make sure that I could get better and better and better. And my hope is that this video that you're watching right now is the worst of the series of videos that I make, because I'm gonna constantly tweak and make improvements, and then hopefully just constantly put in the reps so that I could be a more effective communicator. And so that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. One of the challenges that I always have is trying to figure out how to close these videos. I tend to kind of have another idea and I spark. And so this is how I'm gonna close every single video, just as a tool for me to bring it, land the plane. It's this. So I'm going to encourage all of us to say yes to creating the beautiful future by learning to live and lead the beautiful life today. And so I hope you'll join us. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.